Today, I want to talk to you about 14 things that successful people never do. So many times you hear different videos about people stepping into a new arena in life and pushing the envelope and pushing ahead. But a lot of times people fall because they do not know what to say no to. They don't understand the power of no is probably more powerful than the power of saying yes to something. So I want to give you 14 things that successful people never do. Number one, successful people never live in comfort zones. You know, about 5 years ago, I lived in a comfort zone for 2 minutes and I didn't like it. People that are successful in life, ministry, family, business, they're always moving forward. But one thing they understand is that they can't be a leading innovator in whatever they're called to do. Somebody on the cutting edge of the type of business they're in, the field that they're in, if they live in a comfort zone. They have to be people who are always pushing forward. They're pushing the envelope. They're always trying new things. They always have a fresh perspective moving forward. Number two, they never think about failing. They never worry about what if this doesn't work. If they do something and it doesn't work, they still never worry about failing. They just keep moving forward. They keep working on being successful. See, God has called all of us to do something in our life. And as we are moving forward in that, if we think about failing, this is going to be a hook that's going to pull us back. But we keep moving forward. The most successful people I've ever been around have failed at numerous things. They've started a certain ministry, a business, a job, and then when it stopped, they just kept moving forward in their next adventure. You have to understand, successful people never worry about failing. Number three, successful people never feel sorry for themselves. They never say, well, this didn't work out. Somebody treated me wrong. How come I have all of this hardship, all these trials and all of these things? Successful people never feel sorry for themselves. Why is that? Most people who have the right motive and why they're doing something, it is never about them in the first place. If you're married, you should be thinking about your spouse. If you have kids, it's for your children. If God has given you a purpose, the people that He gave you that purpose for, why would you worry about yourself when everything that we do in life should be pointed to other people? Number four, we never focus on our weakness. We make our weakness stronger. The reason a lot of people fail in life is because they're good at their gifts, but in their weak areas, they don't give it any attention. When you are moving forward, you never focus on your weakness because you will not think about your strength, you will think about your weakness. Now, yes, you take care of your weakness, you strengthen your personal weakness, but what I'm talking about is your mindset, where you're strong at. That is what you push forward towards. Now, if you have a business, you staff your weaknesses. You don't try to do things that you're not good at. You pay somebody to help you in those areas. Always staff your weak areas in ministry and in business. Number five, successful people never try to please people. If you are a mover, if you are a shaker, and you are moving forward in what the Lord has placed on your heart, in ministry, in life, in business, whatever it is, you never try to please everybody else. You do what you're called to do in life, and everything else will take care of itself. Everybody has an opinion, but their opinion doesn't matter. They're not the ones who gave you the calling. They're not the ones who gave you the purpose. Now, when people look at you and they think you're doing it wrong, they will tell you, listen to me. Their opinion does not matter. You keep moving forward. Successful people do not care about the opinions of everybody around them. Number six, successful people never refuse help from others. What makes most people strong is the team around them. Whenever you get the right people around you, it will help you. There's so many people in life, they will say, oh, I don't need help. I say, you want to help me? What are you good at? And when people come in with the strength that I don't have, I love help from others. I love help because it makes me more successful in life. And then the people that are helping me, it makes them more successful. You need a team of people around you. You need a strong leadership team in whatever you're doing. You need to build a dream team around you where every person is valuable and every person has a part to play. Number seven, Successful people, they never quit. They never throw in the towel. You know, it's that moment. I love those old boxing movies when somebody is getting the pulp beat out of them and their manager gets the white towel and they look over at them and they say, no, I got a little bit more left in me. You know how the movies are. They always come back and they win. I'm telling you, don't you ever quit and don't you ever throw in the towel. And when you hit rock bottom, that's good because you only got one way to go, and that is up. Number 8, never feel like you're owed anything. Never feel like the world owes you something. Because I remember one of the greatest pieces of advice my dad ever gave me. He said, son, the world doesn't owe you anything, but you owe the world. Now you go out there and make your mark on this world and make the world a better place. What a great piece of advice. So many people, they think everybody owes them something. They think the people around them owes them something. Nobody owes you anything. You do what you're called to do and make the world, make your surroundings, make your family, make the place that you work a better place. Number 9, never repeat mistakes. We all make mistakes. A lot of times we make them on a daily and a weekly basis. When you make a mistake, learn from the mistake and keep going. Successful people never make the same mistake over and over. In 20 plus years of ministry, I see people who will start to grow in life and with God and in business, and they make the same mistake over and over. They are never successful because they never learn from their past mistake. Number 10, successful people never give in to their fears. You got to have faith. You got to have faith in God. You got to have faith in who God made you. You got to have faith in the gifts that God gave you. And you got to have faith in your team around you. You can't live in fear. You can't live in what might not happen, but you got to live in what could happen. So many people count why things might not work. And so many people count in what happens if they do work. People, when they say to me, well, what if it doesn't work? I say, well, what if it does? I always like to look forward. I never like to look backwards. I never like to look at past failures or mistakes because I've learned from them and I've moved past them. Number 11, never dwell on the past. If you dwell on the past, it will rob your future. The most people who don't move forward in life, they're not successful, is because their past is haunting them. Number 12, successful people never get jealous over other people's success. I'm telling you, you need to learn how to celebrate others. You need to be able to shout and clap for other people when they're successful. Because when you celebrate other people's success, they will celebrate yours. When you see somebody stepping out in business, when they step out in a ministry, when they step out and do something, when you see somebody build their dream home, buy them a housewarming gift and make it a nice one, you celebrate them. You go out there, don't get jealous over their success. If you're single and somebody gets married, you be happy for them. You celebrate them because your spouse is coming. If you're in a business and somebody steps out and launches their own business, don't be mad at them because they're doing what was on your heart to do. Learn to celebrate others. Number 13, successful people never avoid change. My friends, change is inevitable. It's always happening. In everything that you look at, change is always happening. When you camp out and you make a monument out of something, you will no longer be a part of a movement. There are movements in all types of industry, in the sports world. You can watch a basketball game from 30 years ago and then you can watch one now. Totally different. Look at the devices we have with our computers and our phones. It's all different. Look at the business world. Look at our transportation. Everything is always changing. Get on the cutting edge of what God has called you to do and move forward in that. And number 14, successful people never do anything that would compromise their character and integrity. Your character and integrity is something that you can build for 30 years and in one moment, in one situation, can be torn down. The media is always trying to tear down somebody's integrity and somebody's character. This is where in life, in business, in ministry, your character and your integrity will always speak louder than your words. So many times I've heard things about people and I said, no, Their character and integrity is far beyond that. So never do anything. Never put yourself in a place. Never put yourself in a situation that will jeopardize your character and integrity. I hope these 14 things that successful people never do blessed you.